welcome back to CrystalAnn. I have not went live in forever. So today I have not put a video here on my personal channel. So I thought, let's do it today. So we were here at the studio. We are live and we are going to play around with the new Cricut Easy Press 3. I have the 9x9 here and we're going to use it with the Siser Easy Subli. So we're going to put it to full test. So as you guys are joining, say hello, hello. Let me know where you guys are from. Hello, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining. Belinda, Maria, hello, hello. Like I said, let me know where you guys are from. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to join. So I've been pretty spoiled. I'm used to somebody running this stuff for me. So I'm going to let you guys come on in, give you guys a little bit to get here. Like I said, we are going to be making I didn't even tell you that part, but we are actually making an Easter tote today, and I'm using that Siser Easy Subli. So technically we are sublimating today, but we're going to be doing it with the Siser Easy Subli. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see we've got Michigan, Nashville, Montana, Nebraska. I'm so excited that you guys are joining here. Like I said, I have not went live in a very long time here on CrystalAnn, so I thought today we would do it. You guys let me know, can you hear everything okay? Can you see everything okay? Let me know so we can get going here. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys drop them in the comments and I will try to get to those as I'm going along. Now, keep in mind, we're running this. My sister is here in the chat, so she can try to answer those questions as need be. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys so much for joining us. We're just going to hang out and craft. Like I said, I have not went live in so long, so we're just going to test it out and see how it does. So let's go ahead and switch over. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. So I'm going to do that now. And I'm going to give me 2 seconds, guys. I think I can be able to put it. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it. I think I'm going to put it down here, but just give me a second to get rid of this here. So hopefully you guys can kind of still see me here. So I'm actually going to show you guys all the way through Cricut Design Space. So we're using Siser Easy Subli. So not only are we testing out the Cricut Easy Press 3, I'm going to show you guys how to do print and cut, all of the fun things. So there is tons of stuff to learn here today. And like I said, just we're crafting along. So if you guys are watching us in the replay, I'll try to put in some timestamps as I go along. So that way you guys can just skip ahead. All right, so let's go ahead. As you guys are joining here, I think we're ready to go. So I'm just going to dive in. I don't want this to be super long. Once again, I'm just crafting here with you guys and hanging out. All righty here. Thank you, Amanda, for letting me know everything looks good. Sounds good. All right, so here's my design. I'm going to go ahead and pop over here so hopefully you guys can see everything good enough. I'm going to scoot this guy over here too so we can see it good. All righty. There we go. So whenever it comes to print and cut, we know that we can only do it so big, right? So we're only going to be able to cut this out so big. So what we're going to do is, you see this little warning sign? If you guys are new to Cricut, this is perfect. You guys are going to learn something new today. If you guys see this little warning sign right here, you can click on it and it's going to tell you the exact dimensions that you're going to actually be able to do the print and cut feature. So we're actually only able to go 6.75 by 9.25. So I need to adjust this guy. What I always like to do is start with my biggest one. So my biggest one here is the 10 point, which is my height. So I'm going to go over here to my height right here. And then we're just going to go ahead and change that to that 9.25, hit enter, and then we'll come back really quick. So I actually have to come back now to the width because it didn't adjust enough. So we're going to do 6.75 here. So we're going to go ahead and do 6.75. All right, there we go. So here we go. You notice that the warning has went away. Now also, I'm a ball of nerves because I haven't went live here on my channel and I'm doing it by myself. Technically, my sister's in the comments helping us out, so we're not completely alone. All right, so we have it sized down. Once you know that you're within that print border, you're going to, that warning is going to go away. Now I'm not completely done. You could definitely cut it out like this and have it cut all the letters individually, but I don't want to do that because I'm going to need a carrier sheet. You can purchase those separately if you want to. You can use old carrier sheets off of your old HTV and things like that. But today I don't want to have to do that. So I'm actually going to create an offset and flatten this thing kind of like you would a sticker. All right, so what we're going to do is come right over here to this offset here. Now, keep in mind, this is still in beta, which means Cricut is still working on it. So it may or may not work from time to time. All right, so you're going to give it just a few seconds to load. So what we're going to do and let it kind of get going. And then once it does, we're going to be able to size it either up or down by going right or left. So I think I want a little bit of a small border. So what this is going to do is this is going to give us, it's just going to cut all the way around it instead of all those intricate pieces. Let's see, maybe a little bit bigger. It jumped a little too far for me. There we go. I'm happy with it. I think this is good. So let it finish kind of loading there. Actually, it jumped on me because I moved it again. So bear with me for just a second. Now, one thing that we could do is say I hit apply, but I want to get rid of all of these gaps. By the way, once you hit apply, your color is going to change to black. No worries. We're going to change it back to white here in a minute. You want to keep it white because if not, it's going to print color. The material is already white, if you will. So we want to keep it like that. So say, for example, I want to get rid of these little bitty pieces right in here. All I simply have to do is click on that layer here, and then we can go to contour. But today, of course, that contour is not working. Sometimes, like I said, because it is in beta with Cricut, it may or may not work. But we're just going to roll with it like this. I think it looks pretty good to me. So we're just going to go ahead for the sake of the live. We're just playing with it. I'm going to change it back to white. Now, the very important thing is you can't leave it like this. This is actually two separate layers, as you can see. We need one. So what you have to do is go to select all right up here, or you can select both of them by doing this. And then you're simply going to come to flatten. So you don't want to attach them because they're still going to be separate layers there. We're just going to go ahead and flatten. Because if you hit attach, it's still going to try to cut. It's going to cut that outer border, but it's still going to try to cut the inside. So very, very important if you guys are doing these things is hit flatten. So now it is one solid piece. We have the border. If you guys want, you can change your background canvas. I'm going to change it to pink just so y'all can see. See that little bit of border? Now you guys can see what we got going on. All right, now you notice. So you may want to size this completely down once you add the offset because now you notice we have the warning again. What we need to do is click on that warning and we're going to see it again, 6.75. I'm going to go ahead and go straight to the width and do the 6.75. There we go. I think that was, there we go. I think everything was good. It just seemed off a little bit. Did you notice that? It seemed like it kind of went a little bit wonky. I think everything's good here. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit make it. I'm using my Cricut Explorer 3, as you guys can see over here in the background. You're going to get a screen like this. If you guys have it set at the proper print and cut settings, you're going to get a screen like this. It gives us this black border because the black border is what Cricut reads to tell it where to cut. So we do not need to mirror. So the next important thing is I do not need to, hold on, let me actually think about this for a sec. Yes, we do not need to mirror. I don't know why I had to think for a second. So whenever it comes to Siser Easy Subli, we do not need to mirror it. So normally with HTV and sublimation and things like that, we're mirroring it, but with this, we're not. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we need to print it. So how can we print it with our Sawgrass printer? And this is how we're going to do it. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. And then we're going to go ahead and hit send to printer. Now I'm going to choose whatever printer that I have available. As you guys can know, it's acting a little bit funky. So I'm going to give it a second to load. Hit send to printer again. There we go. If it ever acts funky, sometimes Cricut is always doing updates, or it could be the lag of your internet or whatever. Give it a second, exit back out, come back in. We're going to choose HP DeskJet. That is not what I'm sending it to, but that's what we're going to pretend. But the very important step of it is I'm going to hit, see where it says use system dialog? We're going to turn that on. Whether you're printing with Sawgrass or your Epson, this is what you're going to want to do. Turn that system dialog on, and we're going to hit print. So what this is actually going to do is bring up another window for me. So give it just a second to load. Preparing to print, because we should be getting another screen here. So just give it just a few seconds. And actually, I'm actually going to cancel that. Hold on. Send to printer. I almost forgot. We don't want to add that bleed line. Turn your bleed line off. Use system dialog. And now let's hit print. Hopefully it'll go a little bit quicker this time. Usually it's pretty quick. Once again, I'm not too sure if it's because I'm live and I'm obviously using the same internet. But let's just give it just a few seconds. So in the meantime, I'm going to actually jump over here so I can see some comments here, see if we got anything going on. Let's see. Can you do landscape? Yes, you can. Okay, so everything's looking pretty good. Hopefully, this is not going to hold us up because I may actually completely exit out of it too. because like I said, because I am using the internet, I really have a feeling that's what's going on. But I think our best bet is to do is hit cancel. Yes. And then we're going to hit continue again. We're going to hit send to printer, turn off that bleed line, very important. Turn on system dialog, and we're going to hit print. Whoa. Did you see that was messed up again? Let's completely exit out of Cricut Design Space and come back in. So I'm actually going to come back to you guys. I'm going to come full screen. So bear with me. So see if you guys have issues like this at home. It's not just you, it's us too. So we're actually I'm going to go ahead and completely exit out of, that's what I'm doing here, Cricut Design Space. And I'm going to open it back up because I don't know if it's because I've had it open for a little bit from a last project, or like I said, it's because I'm live. All right, so let's go ahead and go to new project. Give me a second. I'm going to share my screen once we get back here. We're going to go back to upload. I'm just walking through my steps again so that way I can save you guys. Just a sec. All right. And let me come back here and I'm going to do this here. I think we should, oh, I got to share my screen again. 1 second, guys. Here we go. All right. Now I should be in here. Here we go. So what I'm going to do once again, I'm going to go ahead and add that offset right away and give it just a second to load. And we'll flatten it one more time. Now, if this does not work, I'm going to just fussy cut around it. I'm going to go ahead and just print it out and then we'll fussy cut around it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring it down just a smidge. All right, looks good to me. We're going to go ahead and hit apply. I'm going to change that back to the white. I'm going to select both of them. We're going to hit flatten. We're going to change it. We just need to change our width to that 6.25. 6.25, enter. And then let's go ahead and hit make it one more time. Once again, if it doesn't, we're just going to move on. There's obviously an issue with Cricut today or my internet. Continue. Send to printer. All right, here we go. See, because it's still doing it. So I really feel when it comes down to it, it's going to end up being this. Let's go ahead and do it again. Let's tell it we're sending it to the sawgrass. Turn off the bleed line, which we're not sending it to the sawgrass. So it's not important for that. We're going to do the system dialog, and then we are going to do print. Let's try it again. What should normally happen, guys, in case I can't show you this way, you're actually going to get it. So it's not actually going to really send it to your printer. It's going to bring up a system dialog, and you're going to save it as a PDF. And then from there, you're going to be able to print it. But like I said, for some reason today, I don't know if it is because of Cricut or if it's because of me. So I think we're just going to fussy cut this thing. All right. So I think, right, we're just going to let it go. We're not going to do it through Cricut today. So sorry, guys. But like I said, that's exactly how you would do it. I hate that that did not work for us today. So we're just going to go ahead and exit out of here once again. And I'm going to go ahead and become full screen. Here we go. So let's go ahead. Don't you worry. Where there is a will, there is a way. So we're going to go ahead and just print it now. So I am going to stop screen share, and I'm actually going to bring this design up so hopefully you guys can see it. So give me 2 seconds. So hopefully, I was really hoping I could show you guys. I'm going to have to do it this way. I'm going to drag and drop it into my smart folder. What I'm doing right now is if you guys have a Sawgrass printer, you have a smart folder on your desktop. I can't show you my desktop because I'm live and then it'll try to show you everything else. So you actually have a smart folder on your desktop and you can drag that image and take it straight to your Sawgrass printer. Or if you have an Epson, for example, you can just hit file, print, and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that we are putting this on. I need to change that. What we are using here is Siser Easy Subli. So I'm going to go ahead and change. I'm going to see if I can share my print manager with you guys because I can actually do that. As you guys are joining us, what we are doing is we're testing out and playing with the Cricut Easy Press 3. And we are working with Siser Easy Subli today. I was trying to do it with the Cricut Explorer 3, but Cricut wasn't working properly today. All right, so I'm going to share with you guys my print manager. Here we go. Share. Perfect. Yay. So you guys can see at the same time. So what we're going to do, since we are using the Siser Easy Subli, what we need to do is change this from TruePix Classic. we're just going to come down here and choose. First, we're going to go to polyester. We're going to change it to cotton. From here, it's automatically going to go to Subli Light. Okay, so it's automatically going to change it to us. So you guys can see that there. It's already changed it. So once you choose that cotton, it should do so. And then I'm going to double check that my color is correct. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and, okay, I think everything looks good. I need to change my paper size. Should be on 8.5 by 11. I'm going to change the width of this really quick. I'm going to do 8 inches because we have, I went ahead and did 8 by 8 because we're using a 9 by 9 today. So now I think we're good to go. I do not want to mirror it, so I'm going to turn that off really quick. I think everything looks good. So now let's go to load it. So whenever we load it, we're going to load it with that glossy side up, and then it's going to pull through. All right. We're going to load that. And then we're going to go ahead and hit print. All right, there we go. And so what that's going to do is pull through. So we're going to go ahead and let that do its thing. And then let's go ahead and start playing with this. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my camera down really quick so you guys can see me mess around with the settings really quick for this. All right, here we go. So what we're going to be doing is we're using the Heat app. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this up so you guys can see. So I've already installed my Heat app. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on, I'm going to bring this up so hopefully you guys can see both of these things at the same time. So hold on. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I'm just so excited to be crafting here on the channel. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn this guy on. So you want to start there, and then we're going to choose. So I have a hat press, and then obviously I have the Cricut Easy Press 9x9. So I'm going to go ahead and hit, you could hit Start New Project if you were going to Cricut's pre-settings. Grab this really quick, so hopefully you guys can see this at the same time. So see, it's printed it out for us. So nice. So what we're actually going to do is I'm going to do my own custom settings. So to do so, we're going to scroll down. You see where it says set custom time and temp. We're going to choose that. And what we want to do is I'm going to leave it on 315 because it's between 310 and 315 for the Siser Easy Subli. And then we're going to change it between 10 and 15 seconds. So I'm going to do 15 seconds. There we go. So now what I can do is if I want to preheat, I'm going to go ahead and preheat my blank, but I'm going to do it for 15 seconds. And there we have it. Now we're going to send it. So it's sending it through Bluetooth through to the Cricut 9x9. Now you guys do not have to use the Cricut app with this. You can still use it just like you did with the Easy Press 2. But with this app, I was able to custom set those settings. So the very first thing it's going to do, see where it says 15 seconds? It automatically sent the 15 seconds. That's going to allow us to do that pre-press. Once we pre-press, it'll automatically change this over to the for the settings that it's, which is also 15 seconds. But if it was 60 seconds, etc., it would change it. All right. So the next thing that I like to do with Siser Easy Subli is start to dry it. So I go ahead and set it right inside of here, and I'm not sticking this on there. I've got like a gap like this. I'm going to hover above for about 1 minute. This is going to dry my inks because we're not sublimating this. This is sublimation ink, but we're not sublimating at for 60 seconds. I like to dry mine. This is going to allow it not to smudge because as you kind of touch this and stuff, it may start to smudge up a little bit. And so you may want to go ahead and you want to dry it for that 60 seconds. So I'm just hovering it above for a little bit, which I could have set a 60-second timer and hit go so I could know exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just hovering for a second, just double checking here. Why didn't I want to use the bleed line? If you did a bleed line, it was going to expand it. So what that's going to do is make it a little bit bigger. And I don't want to do that. All right. So I've dried that down a little bit. And now let's go ahead and let's fussy cut this out. And then we'll get that ready. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go just like I would have done if I had the offset. It's just basically going to give me, you know, that little bit of a border all the way around, kind of like if you had a sticker sheet. It'll be nice and easy. Just taking a pair of scissors here. And I'm just going to fussy cut all the way around. Once again, as you guys are just now joining, we are playing with the new Cricut Easy Press. We're doing the 9x9. This is the Cricut Easy Press 3. We're using it alongside with the app. We're sublimating with Siser Easy Subli. All right, we can trim that down. Once again, I'm trying to keep my fingers off of it, so I'll find like an open space and then just kind of continue on. Like so. I love Siser Easy Subli. Now I have linked down below for you guys. I linked you guys to 143 Vinyl because they sell individual sheets, and I love that. So if you guys are just now getting into sublimation, you don't know if you want to purchase an entire box of Siser Easy Subli, you can purchase them individual. Now, if you guys use the link below for 143 Vinyl, make sure you guys use that promo code CrystalAnn, all caps, to save you some cash. All right, now once again, that is linked down below for you, promo code CrystalAnn, all caps. There we go. We're almost there, guys. Now, whenever we do this, I'm going to show y'all here in a second, you have to remove your backing. And we do not have to have a transfer sheet. We're going to use parchment paper because I didn't have a bunch of teensy tiny intricate pieces. All right. As you can see, it's already pre-pressed. Hopefully you guys can see the numbers there. It shows now that my press is at 315 for 15 seconds. So let's go ahead and pre-press this. Let me grab my heat pad. That's the only thing I did not grab today. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Here we go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-press. Hopefully you guys can see this guy at the same time. So we've got 15 seconds currently. So if we hit go, you see that changed there. So that's just going to go ahead and give us that 15 seconds. All right. We are almost there. 4 more seconds. All right. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take off this backing. So the carrier sheet that allows you to cut it with your die cutting machines, like whether you're using Cricut, Solo, Silhouette, things like that, it's just a carrier sheet to help you carry it. So I'm going to go ahead and take a weeding tool here. I'm trying to be careful not to touch it a whole lot. I'm going to go ahead and get it started here. Just get a little corner. Trying to keep my fingers off that ink, being real gentle. And we're going to peel this off. So you want to take away this carrier sheet. And that's why you don't mirror it, because this side is going to go down. So now I can kind of line this up on my little tote here, whether I want to go all the way down at the bottom corner. I kind of like that too. Or maybe just kind of center it up here. And that's what we're going to do. All right. Perfect. So now remember, this is going to become brighter. So what it looks like right now is not what it's going to look like when we get done, because this is sublimation ink. So we're going to cover it with a parchment paper. Very important. If not, you're going to get inks on your press. So we're going to go ahead and go right on top. And now we're going to hit go. And it only takes 15 seconds because it is, it's just different. So you're sublimating it, but it's a whole nother process. So it's really cool. We don't have to have it at 400 degrees and we don't have to have it at 60 seconds. All right. So we're going to lift it. And now you guys are going to see the true color. How cool is that? Isn't it amazing? It's so cool how that works. It's absolutely crazy. So that was with the 9x9. We were able to do our own custom settings. Now, this right here, I actually had a canvas tote. This would look really cool and perfect if you were doing a fussy cut like this, if you were using a white tote, because this would actually blend right into that white tote. So I highly recommend, if you guys are going to do just a fussy cut, to do it on a white tote, and it'll look awesome. It'll blend in there perfectly. But you can definitely sublimate on, this is cotton, by the way. So with this Siser Easy Subli, if you guys are new at sublimation, this is going to allow you to sublimate on cotton. So technically it's like heat transfer vinyl, but you're able to put your own design, your pattern, and things like that. This design that I'm using today is linked down below for you guys. And if you guys are a Plus member for design bundles, this was only 1 Plus credit right now. You can throw this on a t-shirt, all sorts of fun things. So let's go ahead and see if you guys have any questions here about the Cricut 9x9. So hopefully you guys can see this a little bit better. And I apologize that we didn't get to walk through. I was really hoping that we were going to be able to walk through the whole process with the Cricut Design Space, so you guys could have seen the whole, cutting it out and all of that kind of stuff. Because you can use the Siser Easy Subli along with your die cutting machines, like I said. All right, so I don't think we have a ton of questions here. Let me just scroll back through here for a sec. And like I said, I'm just so excited because I haven't got to go live on my channel here in a long time. So I wanted to do something just for you guys here. Let's see, sounds and looks great. I think that was it. I don't think that you guys had any major questions. So I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here today. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.